ClassicGameRoom.com.
No. That is not a good strategy, Brandon.
What is this strategy?
I have no idea.
I haven't figured that out yet.
All I know is this canyon will suffer. Welcome to Classic Game Room. It's time to take out your aggression on canyons and some unsuspecting tugboats with Canyon Bomber for the Atari 2600. I'd rather like mountains, but I hate canyons. Because they're claustrophobic and filled with wolves. Canyons are the enemy, so it's time to make them pay in Canyon Bomber from 1979. It's the ultimate in video game violence, you versus geology. It's time to blow up Mother Earth. Canyon Bomber is played with the awesome Atari paddle controllers, but you're really not going to use the paddles much for bombing canyons. It's all about pushing buttons to drop bombs. The planes just fly automatically. And you're scored for blowing up bits of the canyon and making little screaming sounds as it dies. Ah, my dirt! Oh, I'm out of ammo?
See, I conserve my ammo.
There's 8 game variations, half 1-player, half 2-player, and yes, you can run out of bombs. Maybe this is a rebel canyon, and you're teaching it a lesson. This canyon got out of line. This brings us to the question, why are we bombing canyons anyway? What have canyons done to you? What have canyons done for you? They're the worst geological formation ever. They just get in the way when you're trying to drive across plateaus.
I already beat you, so...
Oh, there's a glitch. It restarted. How'd that happen?
That's not fair.
Bomb! Canyon bomb! It's not about how fast you bomb, it's about what parts of the canyon you bomb.
I don't know about that. Do you think this canyon has a family?
If it does, we're bombing it too. Let's head on over to game variant 6, which I believe has unlimited bombs. This should help me. Canyon Bomber is a fun 2-player game because it's just kind of silly. And according to the 1982 Atari catalog, you're blasting away boulders. But they still don't give a reason why. Oh, you're blowing up my canyon! Oh! Canyon Bomber isn't quite as much fun single player, would you expect it to be, but it's kind of neat that a game from this era even has a 1-player option. Although it's really meant for 2 players. Canyon Bomber is, well, good for a few chuckles, but flip it over to game selection number 7 and 8, and that's where the real fun begins. Sea Bomber. I don't think I've won a game of this yet. You are surprisingly good at Canyon Bomber.
Yeah, I know.
Let's see how good you are at Sea Bomber. Suddenly, the room goes quiet, as the paddle controller is fully implemented to aim your shots, and concentration is required to bomb ships sailing the canyons that you've previously flooded because bombing never worked on them anyway. It's surprising that this version of the game never received its own Atari game because it's better. I'm willing to bet that Sea Bomber and the way it plays with the paddle controller is more clever than they thought it was. You stole my battleship before I sunk it. While the planes fly automatically, you drop your bombs and try to lead your shots with precision. It's really good and definitely steals the show from Canyon Bomber. This is just like some rowboat. Sorry, we bombed a guy in the rowboat. Canyon Bomber with the Sea Bomber DLC was sent to the show by our friend Rob C. from Coopersburg, Pennsylvania. Bombing run right there. This is a game that all 2600 collectors should own. It might cost you 10 cents, if that. I'm playing helicopters here. I'm like Airwolf. Is there a game with helicopters that doesn't remind me of Airwolf? No. I answered my own question. So a big thanks to Rob once again. It's Canyon Bomber for the always entertaining Atari 2600. Don't forget your paddle controllers for this one. Robbed. Friggin' tugboats. 1020.
Oh.
No one escapes being bombed by me and Canyon Bomber. I'm just looking at them. They're there. Do you see them? If you look in the camera lens, you can actually see the viewers.
Oh my gosh. Hey,
See
what's
them?
up?
Hi.